All right, Schlockmeister fans, we're going to watch something here called HITCHER in the Dark. Let's check it out. Pretty blonde hitchhiker in the Virginia Beach area.
I'm going to Norfolk. Can you give me a ride?
Sure, get in.
Thank you.
That's Mark.
Thanks. Had my thumb stuck out for an hour, and in this heat, not one son of a bitch would stop. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing?
So I'm a son of a bitch, am I?
No. What does that have to do with it?
And in literally the very next scene, he's killed her. He then strips her nude and takes pictures with his Polaroid. And when he's done taking pictures, puts her clothes back on and dumps her in a swamp with some gators. Back in the Virginia Beach area, we have Josie Bissett dancing around. And Mark catches her breaking up with her boyfriend, Kevin. Shouldn't talk to other girls, Kevin.
Well, you can even screw her if you want, okay? But just let me go.
Well, he's gonna go pick her up, literally.
Can you take me to the first bus station?
Sure.
Well, he shows her a picture of somebody who she looks like, apparently.
Is she your girlfriend?
Are you nuts?
Why, how old is she?
She's 39.
We're gonna find out later that that's his mother,
Not at all.
and I don't see the resemblance. Well, he offered her some Coke, and she drank it, said it didn't really taste like soda. Well, it didn't, because it was some sort of knockout. And now she's chained.
Crazy, please do something.
She manages
Oh,
to
please.
escape at one point.
Where are you? I don't know. He handcuffed me in a trailer.
You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have. You're gonna pay for this.
He gets her back.
Please let me go.
He slaps her around a bit.
You bastard. Bitch. You can't keep me here. You're crazy.
You're gonna learn to like it here, or I'm gonna kill you. Do you understand?
Well, Daniela is Mark's personal little plaything, and now he's cutting her hair. And smelling it. Meanwhile, her boyfriend Kevin is looking for her. He heard that she got into a camper with somebody, so he's all over Virginia looking at campers. At one point, he wanders into a stranger's camper, thinking it might be her.
Where you going, man? I was just looking, man. You smell like a thief from a mile off. Who you trying to kid?
My hair. My God. What did you do to me?
He forces himself on top of her. She kind of willingly submits, although ultimately he can't perform. After his lackluster performance in the bedroom, he runs out, and she uses that opportunity to try and escape. Mark's able to catch her pretty quickly, though, and now he's got to feed her. Keep her sedated.
That's my favorite. How'd you guess?
Did you go to bed with him?
Yes, I did, but why do we have to talk about it?
It's her former boyfriend, Kevin.
Your father must be very rich to buy you a camper like this.
She finds all the pictures.
Oh my God.
He had apparently promised to release her.
Holy shit. You tricked me. You tricked me. You had no intention of keeping your word. You're a snake. You make me sick. I hate you. I hate you.
The man.
Kevin is still on the lookout for her and the camper.
Are you trying to find one? Yes, a friend of mine, a guy who drives, wears mirrored sunglasses, drives a white and beige like this.
Somebody broke into Mark's camper and stole that Walkman there. he recognizes it as belonging to
You stole it, you
Daniela.
shut up, freaking that.
Take your hands off me.
Come on, we've got to hurry.
Yep, he showed up, found her. But Mark grabs a gun, catches him, and turns the table.
Kevin?
He's carving the word pig into Kevin's chest. Then he goes to feeling her up in front of
Please
him.
don't.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Because you're a traitor. You're a worm. Just like that fucking tennis pro who ran away with my mother. I was 10 years old when he took Danietska away from me.
Well, Mark's had enough.
No! No, Kevin! No! No, Kevin!
Trouble on the road, though. He still has Daniela.
Excuse me, what's going on?
Haven't you been listening to the radio?
No.
They robbed the bank about an hour ago. The thieves managed to escape, but one of them was wounded. They're checking all the cars.
Hey, Sam!
But just before the search,
Yeah.
he dodges a bullet.
They just picked him up on Highway 95. That's great. Head on out now.
Okay.
Well, Mark's reached the end of the line here. He's got one dead body already. Now he's going to kill her. He finds his way to a junkyard and dumps Kevin's body into the back of a trunk. Daniela's next.
Junkyard on the
In
outskirts
Daddy's
of Virginia
office.
Beach. Police have recovered the body of a young man who was said to be in his 20s who was stabbed to death. The body had been welded into the back of an old Studebaker.
So Mark finds himself back on the road, picking up young ladies
I'm
again.
going to Norfolk, okay?
But I guess he didn't recognize her.
Come on, you want some?
No, I don't want to sleep like the last time.
Daniela.
You didn't have any mercy on me.
All right, let's talk about Hitcher in the Dark. It's a movie that maybe a lot of people haven't ever seen before. It never played in the theaters here and went unreleased. It wasn't even on VHS here. However, if you've checked out the Vinegar Syndrome sales over the past year or so, you've seen this one listed there, and that's where I eventually got it from. I actually had this movie years ago, 20 years ago. I had a bootleg VHS of it, and I ended up actually having a PAL VHS tape of it, a pre-recorder as well. So I had seen it before, and I was familiar with it, although I hadn't seen it since I first got it, and I didn't remember a damn thing about it, to be honest with you, other than Josie Bissett was in it. Fans of celebrity nudity will like Josie Bissett in this movie because she takes all of her clothes off and has a few nude scenes. That and the movie Dirty Love 2, which I reviewed maybe 6 months ago. Only two movies that she did nude scenes in, I believe. And I got them both now. So anyway, let's check out this film here. So Hitcher in the Dark is filmed in the Virginia Beach area in Norfolk. It's an American-made film by the Italian director Umberto Lenzi, who directed Cannibal Ferox, which I reviewed, and Make Them Die Slowly, about a week ago. Less than that, actually. But anyway, this this guy named Mark, he's a young guy, maybe in his early 20s. He drives in this RV, this camper, all around Virginia. He picks up female hitchhikers, which apparently they're all over the place in the late 80s in Virginia. And then he takes them and he kills them. Slices them up, takes their clothes off, and takes pictures of their dead, nude bodies, and then dumps the bodies. At one point, he picks up Josie Bissett, who he saw break up with her boyfriend, picks her up, and then he basically kidnaps her, ends up trying to have an affair with her, sleep with her, which at one point she kind of allows. I don't know. I think it was obviously a ruse to get away, but they almost become, I don't want to say they become a couple, but she becomes accustomed to being with him, and he makes promises that he'll let her go eventually, but then he reneges on those promises. The ex-boyfriend has been trying to find out where she went, because he heard he heard that she got into a pickup, or I'm sorry, with a camper with somebody, so he's been looking for him. Eventually the boyfriend catches up with them. He gets kidnapped, and eventually he gets stabbed and killed by Mark. Now, Mark also realizes at this point that there's nothing he's going to be able to do with this girl, so he's going to kill her too. So he gives her some drops of some sort of drug, and he takes them both to a junkyard and puts each of one of them in the trunk of a car and leaves them for dead. It appears that Josie Bissett is dead, but then later on, he's back in his camper again, picks up another hitchhiker. What we don't know, she's wearing a cap, can't see her face. Obviously, it's Josie Bissett, Daniela. She pulls a gun on him after they pull over, and she shoots him and kills him. That's how our movie ends. Very abruptly, actually. So, but anyway, the movie itself, yeah, it's a little far-fetched if you ask me, but it was actually a fun movie. I kind of enjoyed this. I can't believe I didn't remember a damn thing about it either. But this is actually one, like I said, it's Vinegar Syndrome. It doesn't have a whole lot of fanfare, but it's a decent film. And like I said, probably not a lot of people saw it because it was never had a release on home video here until I think Shriek Show put a DVD out of this maybe 15 years ago or so, 10 years ago. I don't know, but whatever the case is, the Blu-ray here looks absolutely fantastic, much better than a film ever like this should ever look. It's got some extras on here too. I think it's got an interview with the director, and there's some audio commentary by some people who I don't think were even associated with the film. Nice slipcover too. So, but anyway, yeah, I enjoyed this movie. It's a cool flick, so you should check it out. And like I said, Josie Bissett looks really good naked, so you can't go wrong. It's got it all. Check it out. Leave some comments and let me know what you think about it. Hitcher in the Dark. Watch it. Bye.